There is a lot of information out there about BMI and whether it even matters or not. And most of that information is simply wrong. And not knowing your BMI could lead to a life of chronic pain and disease. So do you want to know if yours puts you at risk? Here we go. So let's get into what BMI actually is. It stands for Body Mass Index, and it's a calculation that divides your weight in kilograms by your height in meters squared. That number, on a scale from 16 and below to 40 and up, helps you identify if you're within one of 8 categories of thinness to obesity that I've displayed here on the screen. Now, the accuracy of the number and the corresponding determination of your extreme thinness on one end and your extreme obesity on the other has been batted around quite a bit over the past decade as to whether or not it's a reliable measure for determining a healthy weight. And that has led to some controversy. And those are, first, that BMI is inaccurate. And this accusation is most commonly used by those who fall on the overweight to obese scale to begin with. And in just a moment, we'll go into detail whether or not BMI can be used. Second is it's outdated. Our population is getting steadily fatter, so that chart then needs to be updated, which in my mind makes no sense whatsoever. Adjusting the chart to make people feel better about themselves does f*** all to helping them avoid a lifetime of chronic disease. And last is the body positivity movement. And these bottom two are connected, since the movement, from a very well-intentioned standpoint, is pushing people to normalize the ever-expanding waistline of our population. However, trying to convince a doctor to not tell you that you're overweight and need to make dramatic changes just to protect your feelings is like asking a banker to not tell you that you're overdrawn on your bank balance because you're offended that you're broke. So let's break down the inaccuracy claim a bit further and see if it applies to us, because as you're about to see, it can be occasionally wrong. There are 3 main elements that lead to an inaccurate BMI. First and foremost is bodybuilders and elite athletes. If you're either one of these, you don't have type 2 diabetes to begin with, but welcome to the channel. We're glad you're here. If you are an elite athlete, you are quite visibly fit, probably sheathed in ironclad lean muscle, even much more so than the general population. So yes, your BMI in this case would be inaccurate. Your ethnicity. And this has much more to do with the average height of a general population than whether or not you're fit or fat, and tends to put people on the actual thinner end of the scale when they're more a normal weight or potentially even overweight. And finally, your age, which again has to do with height. Once you reach the age where you begin to shrink, your BMI will change, even though your fat or lean mass hasn't changed an ounce or a kilo or a gram or whatever it is you use. Chances are, however, if you're at that age, you're not really concerned with your BMI anyway. The fact is, outside of those very specific circumstances, which do not apply to us, your BMI is actually a great starting point for determining the state of your current health. And if your BMI does put you on the mid to high range of obesity, don't freak out, just take one or both of the next 2 steps. And the first would be to get your true waist size and then Google that along with the words metabolic syndrome. Or get to a gym, a doctor, maybe an in-body machine that you're able to locate locally, or a trainer, and get your true body fat percentage. Those 2 measurements, along with your BMI, are a great way to clarify with extreme accuracy the current state of your actual health. More on those measurements and your health report are coming in future videos. And if this information is helping you make better decisions regarding your health, like and subscribe, and please feel free to share it with anyone that you think might find the information useful. Like I said, I've got more research coming on topics like this. But until then, keep your spirits high, keep your blood sugar steady, and I will see you in the next one.